Hi everyone, welcome to the top 5 list of next generation home deals in the Houston area. 2 on this list are spectacular, so you don't want to miss this. When it comes to Houston homes, a lot of them are hard to find, and that's especially true for next generation homes. Many of them get sold before they even get listed on the market. Only a few builders build them, and they sell them really fast, and everybody uses different search terms for what a next generation home is, so they're very hard to find. But that's okay, I got you back. Stay tuned, and we're going to get into the very 5 best in the Houston area next generation home deals. Stay tuned to the end, and I'm going to tell you about how you can get any new construction home in the Houston area with a better deal guarantee. Better than you can ever get by just walking in and dealing with the builder directly. I got 2 QR codes down at the bottom. One is so you can subscribe to this top 5 list on home deals around the Houston area that I'll be putting out every week, different categories and things. And then there's another QR code where if you got a specific home you're looking for and you'd like to talk with me about helping you find what you're looking for, just reach out. You can book a call directly with me on my calendar with that QR code, and we can help you find exactly what you're looking for. Again, many homes are not listed on the internet for sale, but we know where to find them. We got your back. So anyway, let's get into it. What do we call a next generation home? So there's a lot of people out there, a lot of builders that call next generation homes just if you got just one more family sized room in the house. Like for example, if they got 2 bedrooms that are both the same size as the primary, or 2 with their own dedicated bathroom within the same house, they'll call those next generation homes. Or if they just got, like if it's a 2-story home and they got 1 bedroom downstairs in a separate area for a guest or somebody like that, they'll call those next generation homes. But for the purpose of this video, the homes we're talking about have their own separate, it's almost like its own separate house attached to the other house, meaning there's 2 entrances to the home. So you definitely want to check these out. This is what I truly consider a next generation home. And what's great about that, it's a home, like for example, some of these are 4 bedroom, 3 bath, right? So what you have is the main home, which is 3 bedrooms, 2 baths, and then the next gen home added to it with its own front entrance. It's a 1 bedroom, 1 bath with its own kitchenette and everything. So that's what we're talking about here today. So anyway, what I'm going to do is share my screen and we're going to get right into it so you can see exactly what we got here. So right away, you'll see these are the areas around Houston where the 5 we're talking about today are. Now look, there's hundreds of homes around the Houston area. I'd say upwards to 1,000 home deals. So if you're looking for something specific, just let us know. This is by no means the end all be all of where next gen homes are located, but we know where they're at. Just reach out to us. So the first one we're going to get into here, show you some pictures, show you the floor plan, everything else. So we're up in Montgomery with K. Abnanian Homes, and I'm going to go through some of these pictures so you can see this is what it looks like. Let me go back here for a second. So this is $332,000, basically 2,000 square feet, and it's a 4 bedroom, 3 bath. Just like I mentioned before, 3 bedrooms, 2 baths for the main house, 1 bedroom, 1 bath for the next gen suite. So you see it's a beautiful home, farmhouse look. These are the finishes, got beautiful handles. This is, I believe that's the kitchenette for the next gen suite, but we'll get into that more in a minute when we get to the floor plan. This is the layout, the kitchen, and this is not the only one. This is just one of several that they have in this neighborhood. So if you don't like the color of the cabinets or something like that, there's other ones with other colors as well. You can see it's a beautiful home, beautiful finishes. Backyard, covered patio. So here we go. So you see here in the floor plan down at the bottom, the porch. When you get to the porch, you got the entry to the main home, and then you got the entry to the other suite as well. So if you're going into the other suite, you go straight in at the living room. You see it's got a kitchenette right here, and then it's got its own bedroom and its own bath. And there's also a door which can be locked from either side, which leads to the main part of the home. So if somebody's staying in this suite, for example, that, might be a son, a daughter, parents, whatever the case may be, can still, if they're allowed to, can still go in and out of the main home through this door. However, if you're somebody who's staying in the 3 bedroom, 2 bath main home and you're leasing this part out to somebody, you can keep this door locked and they just go in and out of their own front door. All 5 that we're talking about here today are like that. They have their own separate front door so that if you decide you want to lease it out, you can lease it out and not have to worry about somebody somebody coming into your main home, or if you got a relative or somebody staying with you that wants their own space and their own privacy, it can be the same way, right? So that's what's great about the NextGen setup. And then here's some that show, this is computer generated furnishings, so you can see how the spaces look when they're furnished. So that's not actually a furnished model home. That's what we call virtual staging. So that's the first one. And that one's up in Montgomery. And Montgomery's up here on the north side of Houston, just outside of Conroe, right on the west side of Lake Conroe, which is a beautiful area, very forested around here. And the lake, there's so many awesome things to do right here at the lake. And of course, you're just a short, like 45 minutes to an hour drive into downtown Houston from there. Okay, so let's get into the next one, okay? This one's in Needville, so let me go back to the map so I can show you where that's at. Needville would be down here on the southwest side of Houston, which is about a 45-minute drive into downtown Houston from here. If you got Highway 99 and Highway 6 here, which makes a loop you can see around pretty much the whole city. So if you come in and get on that loop, anywhere you got to go that's not in downtown Houston. So it's not far outside and it's an easy drive around, but just far enough to give you a country feel. There are some closer in, but right now we're just covering the 5 best deals, right? So if you want something a little closer in or something, so, you know, just reach out. I'll help you find it. So anyway, let's get back into this one. So nice, beautiful brick home. Oh, well, let's go over the details. So this one, what I like about this one is, remember at the beginning, I told you it's 2 spectacular. This is one of the 2 because it's 3,223 square feet for only $341,000. That's incredible. Price per square foot of $105 or just right about $106 per square foot. That is very, very low. This is a very big home for this price. Incredible deal. And of course, next generation. So let's go ahead and I'm going to show you some more computer animated or computer furnished rooms here. Okay, so here we go. So again, the covered front porch, got an entry. Now this one, because it's a lot bigger in square footage, the extra suite has its own living space, like a living room, an island with a kitchenette, its own full bath and bedroom, and a stackable washer, dryer, laundry room. So this could be its own self apartment with everything you would get if you went out and got a 1-bedroom, 1-bath apartment, an efficiency apartment. So incredible. And it's a big space again because of the square footage. So if you look at this, even in the main home, you have a huge suite and another bedroom, and then a huge kitchen, breakfast area, laundry room, 2 baths. But check this out. It's got an upstairs too with 2 more bedrooms and a game room. So the main home alone is 4 bedrooms, 2 down and 2 up with a game room and everything you want. So, I mean, realistically, you got a 4-bedroom home here, 4-bedroom, 2-story home with 3 baths with another efficiency. That's why I say this is a spectacular deal. And for that price, unbeatable. So this is one that I expect to sell really, really fast. But, you know, even if there's an area you like and the homes are selling fast, if you have some time, we can get on a waiting list. We can get on a priority list. And because of the connections I have, we can kind of leapfrog some people on that list. So it's always fun. So anyway, that's this one. Incredible deal for that. I mean, I can't stress enough what a deal that is. So the next one, Montgomery Trails. Now this is up in Waller. This is very similar to the first one we looked at in a lot of ways. Let me show you where it is on the map. So this is going to be Waller here. That's going to be Waller right there. This one's 357,803, 2217 square feet. Beautiful brick and stone combination. You can even see from this first picture here the 2 front doors, the one on the side and the one into the main living area. Beautiful, beautiful home. You see it's got beautiful finishes, high ceilings. Look how gorgeous that is. Again, for this price and for what you're getting, it's an incredible deal. Not as incredible as the other one because it's not as huge as that home is, but very, very nice. So we're not just talking about cheap junk homes. We're talking about very nice, very well thought out home. But these are also the lowest prices you can get on a true next-gen home. And here you go to the floor plan. Here's the layout. You come in, it's got its own living room, little kitchenette, bathroom, and its own bedroom. And then it's got this door here, which is lockable both ways. Kind of like when you go to a hotel and you got the adjoining door between 2 rooms. In order for it to really be able to open, it's got to be unlocked from both sides. The same way here. So that door could be locked or unlocked depending on what the situation is between the family and here. But anyway, that's the layout of this home. And then there's just some more pictures that kind of help you get an idea what it might look like furnished. By the way, all 5 of these homes, there's a link down below to these homes in the description. So you can come back and look at these if you'd like, okay? So now let's go back to our results. Okay, the next one's gonna be in Hockley in Cypress Green subdivision. This one's $362,000 in Hockley, 2377 square feet. This is the McCartney plan. This is one that I actually did a video of a model home, and I'll put a link in the description below so you can look at the video I did of the model home of this. Very desirable. They sell these so fast. Built in several areas. There's a wait list in several areas for them. This is called the McCartney plan. And it's laid out again, like what we talked about the others. Now it's kind of hard to see here, but down below, you got the entry, the double entry, again, family room, kitchenette, bath, bedroom, and then another 3-bedroom, 2-bath here. Highly desirable. This was in Hockley, and Hockley is a very hot area right now. If I go back to where it's located on the map, this is going to be Hockley right here, just outside of Tomball. This whole area in here is very hot right now. Katy, I'm sure if you haven't, Katy's like one of the most desirable places in all of Texas to live. And it kind of extends out this way and turns into Cypress and Hockley, and almost the same. Schools are incredible, and it kind of does the same thing out in this direction to an area called Fulshire. So this whole area, highly desirable, very close in, lots of freeways get you into town very fast. Just a very nice area. So going back to the home itself, in a highly desirable, it's a master plan community in this one called Cypress Green, and that's kind of, you know, we talked about the layout of the home already. And again, you can see a video of the furnished model home in the description below. And that brings us to our 5th one, which is right here in Rosharon. What I like about this location, and I actually live here in Pearland, which has been ranked the top or the number 3 place to live in all of Texas, just outside, because Pearland's pretty much all developed except for one last neighborhood right now, which is extremely expensive. But this is in Rosharon, and at this price, being right here now, right here is the Houston Medical Center downtown. You're 30 minutes or less from many incredible things to do. If you're in the medical profession and you're going to be working in the medical center, medical all through here. In fact, many of the residents all serve all the medical field in here. So it's high medical, you know, doctors, nurses, support staff, high in this area. And so this is going to be the same floor plan we just looked at a moment ago. I'm going to show it to you. This one's a brick and stone combo. And you can see it's pretty much the same home. Let me see if shows some furnished ones. But these are 5, and this is the other one I consider spectacular. And the reason why I do, even though it's a little more in price, is because of the location, because of how fast you can get to all the downtown, the museums, the medical center, the sporting arena, all the big sports arenas are in that side of town where all your professional sports play. You're a lot closer to the beach, Surfside and Galveston, NASA, Clear Lake. I mean, it's just the location. Go back to the map. Just the location is where you are to the bay and the beaches. All your major sporting places are here. Hobby Airport, which is the smaller but still is what Southwest Airlines major hub is just right here. I mean, it's just, like I said, we live right here and we love it. It's our preferred spot to live in all of Houston. And my wife works in the medical center and we love it here. And so, you know, this home, where it's located, again, it's an incredible deal, incredible schools, incredible location, everything about it's great. So that pretty much wraps up our top 5. Again, you can look at all these homes in detail with the link below. Also, the link below also for the one floor plan that's here and here that I did a video on. And again, if there's anything else you're interested in, I'm going to put them back up again. Here's the 2 QR codes. One is so that you can subscribe to the top 5 list that we put out every week in different things, different areas, different homes. And you can also do the QR code if you want to book an appointment to speak with me directly. And I can get on a Zoom call call even with you just like this and show you and help you find exactly what you're looking for. Anyway, getting into, I mentioned earlier, if you stay to the end, I would tell you about the better deal guarantee. So here's what the better deal guarantee is. The better deal guarantee is that we can beat any deal you get if you go walk in and try and buy a home with a builder yourself without us representing you as your realtor. That's what I am, a realtor. There's one or more of the following 4 things we can guarantee to do for you on any home that you buy. Number 1 is a lower price. Number 2, a lower interest rate. Number 3 would be lower closing cost, many times 0 closing cost. That by itself will save you between $7,000 to $15,000 depending on the closing cost and what builder it is. And the last one is 1 or more additional free upgrades to the home. Many times we can get you 2, 3, on rare occasion even all 4 of these, but we can guarantee at least one of those 4 on any home that you want to buy new construction to be on top of any incentive that the builder offers. And that's through our relationship with them. They give me vouchers, coupons, all kind of special incentives all the time to pass on and to make your deal sweeter. That's what I have from 15 years of building these relationships with these folks. And if you haven't seen my video, I'll put a link to it here about the pros and cons of new construction versus resale, because new construction 95% of the time will be the better route for most buyers. And that video will explain what that is and what the 5% reason would be to not go with new construction. So anyway, hope you enjoyed this video. I look forward to catching up with you on the next video, and we'll hit another top 5 next week. Have a blessed day.